Hello, Stampers. This is super awesome Stamper Shirley Merker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, USA. Hey, I'm going live. I realize that Tanya's just finishing up. She's probably winding up her feed. And hopefully if anybody can find me, add a comment, give a shout out. Because I see Inky Stamper had some issues this morning. And I actually had some issues going live a little bit ago. I had Brian and Carol do some background work, and hopefully we're going live in the right spot. So add a comment if you're watching. Again, I realize Tanya's finishing up with her presentation. Again, I wanted to make sure I could go live and that you can see my projects. All right, so I see 3 eyeballs. These are my kits in the mail. Oh, I see my... Let me move my camera twitch there so we're not seeing the top. And there'll be a little bit of a lag. So if you purchase my kits in the mail, they would have arrived in white envelopes. They're called booklet envelopes. I can usually shove 2 kits in there with some extra embellishments and ribbons. Try to push it to the max for that 2-ounce limit and 1/4 inch thickness for the mailing envelope. So these would be your kits. So if you purchase your kits, you're going to go ahead and pull them out. Hopefully you fussy cut some of your glasses and bottles and pictures. Hello, Laura. Oh, good. You found me. You'll have to fussy cut. I think I used 7 over here, plus some of those little small lemon slices. So if you purchase kits, go ahead and start fussy cutting your items. Fussy cut the big ones too. And before I start with the rest of how to assemble your kits, we'll wait for a few more people to jump on. You can see over in this left-hand corner while I was waiting for my session to start, I started fussy cutting my own here. So maybe we'll do a fussy cut. I know I did one strawberry. I tried to include these little watercolor. Are we going to call them hibiscus? Probably, because you make hibiscus tea. Maybe that's what they were supposed to be. Fussy cut those and put them on some glue dots. I like to fussy cut and attach them to a strip of glue dots right away. Otherwise, I tend to lose them everywhere. I do have some diagonal slice kits in the mail still available. I'll leave that link live on my blog website for another day or 2. I have already, well, this morning I finalized my next edition, and I'll share that with you in a little bit, what my next edition will be. My kits change about every month, and to kind of follow the seasons. So Cheers and Sips was a fun one for outdoor patio parties, although I'm in Wisconsin, and I'm not going outside today. I went outside to water this morning and grabbed the mail just now. I put my Stampin' Scrub on the deck for it to dry. After I rinsed it off, it dried real quick today. I think it's close to 90 degrees here Fahrenheit. So hello, Kim and Kay, Myrna, Renee, Agnes, Cece, from South Carolina. Yeah, it takes a minute for those lives to kind of pop in. You got to refresh your feed. I found that if you do the there's a little drop-down menu on Facebook that you can do new posts or posts that have the most recent comments. I find that's helpful when we're doing these live broadcasts. All right, so I'm going to put those little flowers that I fussy cut on some glue dots. So like I said, they don't get lost in my shuffle here. And if everybody can hear me okay, that's great. I do have allergies. I'm going to apologize for that in advance. It's been a few days since I've had a sneezing fit, but yeah, I hibernate inside in the air conditioning when it's bad. I had a strawberry. See, I lost the strawberry already. Strawberry will show up. Let's just do one glue dot there, so if I find it, I can add it to my strip. Okay, so I'm going to swap these that are not cut with some that are cut. And if you're making kits with me, you're going to pull in your paper trimmer. Now, you would have received an emailed PDF with all of the measurements and the tutorial, written tutorial with photos. That's included in the emailed PDF. And then there is, I'm pretty sure, 19 different samples. Oh, I should share. What got me started was in the original PDF, one of these was my original sample. This is from paper that was in the catalog last year. So you can see how you can cut the swag of flowers out and make a pretty fun diagonal design, diagonal splice. So those were the original ones. You'll see those in the emailed PDF. And I modified him to be the fun cheers one that we're doing now. Okay, so now I got to move some stuff out of the way before I get my... Let's go maybe through your kit. The Blackberry Bliss would have had a selection of these pre-printed small pictures and glasses. And then I included 3 strips of embellishment in each kit. So I would open up all your kits, kind of dump your embellishments out, maybe put your ribbon up there. This piece is extra. It's going to be different no matter what kind of kit you got. I just split up all the pattern paper amongst all the kits because I didn't need extra of one single pattern. I used a lot of the pre-printed glasses and pictures. And then this one here, I had some of these left over from last year. They were birds and dragonflies, so some of you got a few of those in your kits, but you would have also gotten 3 of the colored embellishments as well in your kits. Okay, put those there. We're going to use this piece. This piece is an extra. Again, you might have pieces that are similar patterns, similar sizes in your kit. Just set those aside. The white, you're going to use 1 white for the inside and 1 white for the outside. And then I'm not going to use this because I already cut some. And then, oh, my kit does not have this piece. Let me look here. I will go and grab one. Here's how I mail my kits. It's in these booklet envelopes. And I try to write on the back the technique and the month. All right. Cindy, thank you for your compliment that you love my designs. I like to make them colorful, lots of embellishments, and ribbons. Okay, so let's work on one piece. We're going to grab that piece and set this other stuff aside. It's a whirl here. So 2 years ago, Jim got from where he worked counters and drawers, and I love it. Been paper crafting like 30 years. I've always used just what I had, pop-up tables, stuff like that. But now that I'm organized, I really like it. And you're going to see my whole, I can actually give you a tour of the room, but I have got my retired sale set up, so I'm going to give you a tour of that. It's spread across all the tables. Okay, so before I get ahead of myself, I have a list here to keep me on track. Let's work on cutting your paper. So your paper is 4 by 4.5, so obviously it's not going to fit if you cut it the wrong way. So 4 by 4.5. Or 4 by 4.25. So figure out which way you want it to cut, and actually you do want it. Maybe grab your white piece back in here. Okay, so I'm going to cut it. If you cut it diagonal this way, it's not going to fit on your white piece. So figure out what's what, where it goes, and then grab a pencil. And I find it easier just to grab my ruler. So what you're going to do is, on the left side, you're going to mark down at 2.5 inches from the top corner, and on the right side, it's 4.5 inches. Now this is subjective, so you could just slice at an angle as well. Oh, nope, that's not right. Let me pull up my PDF tutorial here. I think I typed down measure, okay, here we go. Here's the step. Measure 1 inch down from the top right side. Top right side. I had the full measurement there. Here we go. Okay, so now I'm going to slice from, here's the 1 inch mark, and here's the 2.5 inch mark. I'm going to take it and put the marks in my groove. That one. And then, there it is, that one. That's the scoring one. Try not to move it, and slice. Okay, so there's my first piece, and then this is going to be my inside piece. And I didn't do them quite right, but that's all right. Again, just a diagonal slice. And then the second piece, as long as you got your paper trimmer up here, I would grab your second piece. Let's see, where is that second piece here? I'm going to sneak it out of another kit. I just made up some kits, and that's why that was missing it. A demo kit for myself. So your kits actually come, they usually come in these cello envelopes. It's to protect the kit, you know, in case the envelope gets wet during mailing, and then also keeps everything kind of tight in the envelope so it doesn't shift. Okay, so let's try this again. Measure, it says, the PDF tutorial says measures 2.5 inches from the left side. And then step 2 says measure 1 inch down. And you might have wondered, if you've gotten PDF tutorials from me in the past, we include metric and imperial measurements. That is because all of my PDF tutorials and idea files that I share, we've got demonstrators around the globe that contribute. So we have demonstrators that are not in the USA and that are in metric markets. So that's why you'll see that. Just kind of whiz by the metric. That is why that's there. Okay, so there's that. We're done with the paper trimmer. Let's see, we have hello from Ohio. And Penny, hello from Washington. Hello. Oh, Donna, you're from Wisconsin. Donna, are you close to me? I'm in some prairie, just a suburb of Madison. When I moved here, there was fields between Madison and some prairie, but not anymore. We're totally filled in. Costco, looking for my card stocks. Here we go. Costco and a whole bunch of other apartment units. Not so much houses, but a lot of apartments and shopping centers have sprung up between Madison and, did you say 2 or 2.5? So it is 2.5, 2.5 centimeters on the one side, Valerie. So marked it at 2.5 right there. And then on the left side and the right side is a 1 inch down from the top corner. And I like to be precise. I am a scientist, so I worked in a lab for, actually 2 different labs for many years. So I like to be precise. That's why I love my PDF tutorials, because we get all the measurements exact. But you know, you could eyeball that as well. Okay, so let's assemble one first. Let's assemble the Blackberry Bliss one. All right, so the smaller piece, which is that top piece, is going to be your inside piece, and done with the pencil, The larger piece is going to be for the outside. So let me grab my tape runner, and I am going to try to make sure I'm on the table. And I just sat down, so maybe I'll speak up a little more. It's easier if I sit down, because then I can kind of monitor the comments a little better. Okay, so this is the inside piece. I did, on both pieces, left a little bit of the white at the bottom, so there's a little bit of a matte. Another illusion of a layer. I mean, it is a layer, but let's make our layers work for us. That's the outside piece. And the inside piece goes on the bottom as well. And while I'm babbling on here, if you have my kits, and you're still fussy cutting your little pictures and images, again, you can always go back to the email PDF tutorial to get all the measurements. Okay, so Blackberry Bliss ribbon. This was a very pretty ribbon. I don't think it was in the annual catalog last year. I think it was in the fall catalog. But anything purplish, I tend to grab. And this has got this nice little gold on it as well. So I'm just going to wind that around. Oh, I put it on the wrong one, didn't I? That goes on the outside one. This is the smaller one. I could have put it on the inside one, but what did I like best about being a scientist? Well, I worked in my first 5 years, I worked in a environmental lab. So we tested gasolines, actually sites for contamination. So eventually, all your gas stations have got those underground tanks. They eventually, this is going to go on the inside, they eventually leak. And you have to do monitoring of the surrounding soil to make sure they're not leaking. And when they're leaking, they need to be dug up and new tanks need to be installed. So I tested the soil for gas. I didn't do the diesel. The diesel was a different room. I was happy I didn't do the diesel because I had to do shakeouts. It was a whole different process. But mine was basically easy extraction with a solvent and then throw it on an instrument. But what did I like best was the question. What did I like best about being a scientist? You really felt that you were getting stuff accomplished because every day you ran tests, you got results. Results are either yes or no, or within ranges. Yeah, it felt like you were making a difference. Keeping groundwater safe. There, that goes on the front. That was the pharmaceutical, no, that was the environmental lab. I worked in Baraboo, Wisconsin, the circus capital of Wisconsin. Al Ringling, the winter quarters? No, the summer quarters. How did it work? It would have been the summer quarters because they wouldn't be up here with the snow. Anyway, and then the other one, let me find all of my little things that I fussy cut. Oh, and before I should attach that now, and I probably should have done the stamping, but we're gonna be wild and crazy. We're gonna stamp after we attached. I'll remember to stamp before I attach for the next one. Second career was working at a pharmaceutical lab. So I tested biologics, which would be samples from animals and human samples. So all the drugs that you intake in your body, they have to go through rigorous testing. So I would test those sample draws. If you've ever been in any, where's my Blackberry Bliss ink pad? Oh, it's right in front of me. If you've ever been in a trial to test drugs, I maybe would have tested your samples drawn from that. All right, cheers. As long as I do straight up and down, no rocking, firm and kinetic pressure, I won't have any of the smudges. This is not on here straight. And it's, I wouldn't say eye-opening, but I know the background of how drugs get to market, how long it takes, all the effort that goes into it. If people understood that, how long it takes, they would appreciate that process and the drugs that they do take to manage their illnesses much more. Okay, let's celebrate like that. And then we have to add our little, so I worked in that field for 15 years and the environmental field for 5. And now I just do Stampin' Up! And then I visit senior living communities. So Stampin' Up!, I kind of did a couple of things with it. I do these. I used to do Scrapbook Club. I used to host 4 weekend retreats a year. That has all changed. I've cut back a lot as I've gotten older, but I still have many years yet until I can retire. Let's see, I'm looking for the small things. So if you got my kits, you got a selection of the mini bottles and all that. You're gonna have to cut out and see what you want. I need to look on my little side thing here and see what I got. I wonder if that strawberry's gonna show up. That's another flower. I have to cut another strawberry. Oh, there it is. Bet you that's a strawberry. There we go. There's the strawberry. We're going to use that somewhere. Okay, now, I think I tried to get everybody a picture as well. I know I don't have a picture here, but there weren't as many pictures on the pattern paper. But I think I tried to get everyone one. I don't have one, so I'm just going to have to fill it up with bottles. I'm going to have to cut some more bottles here with you. Any other questions while I'm cutting? Let's move some things around on my computer screen here. Let's see. If you've been around Stampin' Up, you know that we've had a change in the host rewards program. So you get, oh no, I can't remember. Is it 10% of your product total for host rewards, starting at $20 in product orders? And it's a bonus days thing. You'll get that host reward redemption on your next order. And Stampin' Up keeps track of that for you. You do have to opt into the program though. So if you placed an order and then place a second order and haven't gotten any rewards, it's probably because you haven't checked the checkbox. Look in your online account at my online store and look around and see where that little checkbox is. Or it may have just asked you if you want to opt into the host rewards program. Sometimes they don't always tell us how that customer side works, and we can't test that out. Just try another strawberry. I want a lemon. So I love fun summer drinks. So a lot of times if I have extra fruit, I'll just put it in my water for the day. Blueberries, strawberries, cucumbers. I love pickles and cucumbers, so it's not surprising that I like to put cucumbers and make cucumber water. If you like eating raw cucumbers, you might want to try it. What else can I tell you while I'm cutting my stuff here? This one, this lemonade one, we're gonna have to cut out the bottle. Oh, I guess I could have left it in the bottle. Oh well, cut it now. All right, so we're going to do 5. Can't do 4. Need to do like that. Oh, I can't do the bottle up there because I'm in my Let's Celebrate. Let's do larger to smaller. How's that? Oh, there's a big lemon. I'm going to put that lemon sliced inside. I'm going to put the strawberry out here. And this pink one. Okay, so now... what did I like best? Well, so Penny asked what I like best between both my careers. I can tell you that there was a steep reduction in income when I switched to Stampin' Up only. But there are trade-offs in everything. I no longer have to sit in traffic 45 minutes each way every day. And some days I would have to come home and let out the dog and go back to work. And those were super long days because we were on salary and if stuff didn't get done, we had to go back and do it. Towards the end of my pharmaceutical career, I maintained equipment. So equipment wasn't working right. I had to go back to get it up and running. Because every day that is delayed running samples costs money. Okay, I don't see the Kahlua. No, there is no Kahlua. There's a wine. There's this peach vodka. What else? Where's that thing? I don't have a full sheet of that anymore, but it's, if you want to see all the different options, go to my online store and look up the Cheers and Sips suite, and it should be there. Okay, so that's the inside. And then I think, I didn't stamp anything on the inside of this one. I just put some more of the mini bottles. So let's just do that. Can't use the strawberry. Where's the strawberry? It's going to go out here. I need to watch my time because I do have a lot of stuff to go through with you. Okay, so now I visit senior living communities. So I do greeting card making sessions with them. I used to do memory care. I stopped doing memory care because of the how close you have to be with memory care. I just do independent and assisted living places now. And I just bought Carl, one of my residents, chocolate chip cookie cake he was 102. And how fun is that? So I've done cookie cakes or cakes for a lady that was 100, and then she was 101 last year, so I did something special for her. So it's kind of fun to do those number cakes for the residents that are up there in age. They need to be celebrated. And he is a WW2 veteran. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. So, and he still comes to sessions. Okay, so there's that one. Now next, let's get this one going. Let's get all excited here. I do have other hobbies. So somebody mentioned I have a dance. I am a honey beekeeper as well. So if you're local to me, I do sell my honey, Madison, Wisconsin, but I also sell it up north where the bees are kept. So bees are kept south of Menominee, Wisconsin. So if you're in that area and interested in honey, I can meet you in Durand, Wisconsin, or Eau Claire. I always have to clarify Durand, Wisconsin, because there's a Durand, Illinois. Okay, so there's that one. And where's the other half of the flowers? There it is. You know, you don't have to put the flowers on the bottom. You could put them on the top as well. Should we do that so you can see what that looks like? Why not? And I did what I said I wasn't going to do. I was going to stamp first and attach second. All right. Here we go. Oh, I'm going to put it up a little more. Okay, so, all right, inside I had the little tiki umbrella, but I've got other things here I could put on the inside and on the outside. So I've got the old olive is what I used for this one because they were greenish tones. Do I have time to sleep? I do not. It's just Jim and I, and I visit my parents about once a month because that's where the bees are kept. So I go up there for a couple days a month. And that's why if your kits in the mail are delayed, or if I don't get you thank you cards for orders, it's probably because I'm up north and I didn't bring enough supplies with me, or I'm just up there for a short time and I don't bring my stuff with me. So yeah, I don't sleep. We used to have a dog, no longer have a dog, but yeah, I like to stay busy. So, all right, let's see. Inside, we're gonna do, I'm not gonna do this. What do I have that's green? Here we go. We got this. I wonder if, what am I gonna do here? Oh, I shouldn't have changed. Well, let's just do this. There. I don't have the right colors here. I'm gonna do something else with you at the end of the video if I have time, and I have that all set up. So, all right. So yeah, outside is going to be. I need to clean this because this has blackberry bliss on it. So hang on a second. Here's my Stampin' Scrub. I said I cleaned it this morning. I have wet in silver there, but they also have the wet there. I just used a silver marker years ago so I could see which side was wet, and then the dry. It's got the sun. Okay. So we're gonna do cheers. And I fussy cut those, but we're gonna skip that right now because I didn't put to you. I didn't put to you on a little block. Let's see if I can get that out. So here's the stamp set. Here are the dies +1. So make sure you purchase using a bundle item number. All these ones that come with a bundle with a stamp and a die or a bundle of something. We've got hybrid folders now. Make sure you use that bundle item number so you can get 10% off. And then we're gonna put the 2 on there. Yeah, okay. All right, so we're done with these 2. Okay. I think I'm gonna clean that cheers off because I was gonna use it, I think, on that other project. Now where did I wet this? It dries really fast and I'm right underneath my air conditioning. There, in case I need it for my other project. Okay. All right. Now, let's assemble this. ribbon. You got about 1 foot of ribbon, so you decide if you're going to use it all and which side is up. I can never tell. You can kind of tell which side is which. This has got this more of the stitching that's prominent, so it's going to go this way. I'm going to flip this around, make sure I got it lined up right. Now this is a pretty simple card. I like simple. Sometimes you don't need to spend hours making a card, but you want it to be something other than a rectangle on a rectangle. And this pattern paper this time around is really fun. And if you only want to purchase the pattern paper, you'll get a lot of cards out of it by fuss and cut all the glasses and all those smaller images. You'll get enough to, you could even make invitations to a party, to a cheers and sips party. Okay, so we're going to put this one here, that one there. Do I have another one that's not the same? I got this one. I don't want 2 of the same, similar ones. Let's just fussy cut this one out. Paper snips. And we've had paper snips forever, and they're great for fussy cutting. They're super sharp. You can actually use the tip to move embellishments from a package to a project. Maybe I'll use that instead of the take your pick tool. Okay, so I popped these 2 up with dimensionals. Why don't I just pop up maybe the big one? All right, such cute set it is. I love the cute ones. I love the different ones, not just another flower set. I love the unusual ones. So we haven't had a drinks one in a bit. I'm gonna put this one, the Blackberry Bliss one, flat. And I also have to look for my kits in the mail are heavy on embellishments and ribbons and pattern paper. We cannot include stamped images in our kits. I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna pop it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pop it up. So that's why there's never stamped images. So I gotta cut out that designer series paper to give you a little bit of wow. Okay, I think I better skip it up here. Last, okay, you would have gotten, oh, I have some of these. Here we go. Let's put these on our glasses. There. I don't have anything on the inside. Yeah, let's put one there. And then, this already has a cherry on it, so I don't think I want to put a flower there. Let's put a couple of, there. Okay, so you've got embellishments galore to choose from. Pick whatever you want. These are the new ones, the strawberry slush and white, I think they're called. They come in a pack like this. Strawberry slush and pretty in pink, but there's a white goldish one as well. So I'm going to set that strip aside and use a strip I'm already working on here. And I said you could use the tip of your paper snips. So let's do, oh, I didn't put embellishments on this one. Which one? Oh, I did put the strawberry slush ones on there. How about let's do the strawberry slush. I'm having a hard time saying that. Maybe one of each color. There's 3 different colors on that. You've got to do kind of a three triangle thing. 3 in a row down here. Where do we want it? Oh, let's just put that. Okay, this one I did use the strawberry slushes initially. Let's find something else like these purple ones. Purple, purple, purple. Oh, maybe. Let's fill one there. There's a little bit of green here. Should we do a green? I don't think I like the lighter green, the darker green. Pick up some of that lime. And then a white, a big white, little white, big white. Let's do a big white. Right there. There we go. So we made all of our kits. Everything else you have left is for you to use on some other projects. I like to give those embellishment strips because it gives you a little sampler without having to purchase a sampler, without having to purchase the whole package. What are you going to do with the 100 little embellishments unless you're making a lot of cards? Yeah, usually people are making just a few cards and not a gazillion at a time. All right, so those are my kits in the mail for this time. Like I said, the ordering link will be up for another day or two. It's been up for a while, so hopefully you grabbed your kit if you wanted it. But I do have some supplies. I can make some more kits up. So ordering link will be up on my blog at superawesomestamper.com if you'd like to order more of the kits. Okay, so let's get rid of the stamps that I already colored. Now, let me get my to-do list here. I'm going to share my new kits in the mail. What did I do with them? Like I said, this is a whole mess of counter stuff. Let me grab them. So my kits in the mail for July are going to be the origami fold. So we have actually written a tutorial so you know exactly how to do the origami. Purple one, I love purple. Purple. These embellishments are from last year, but they continued in the new catalog. So you open it up and you got your secret message right there. The B one, the B pattern is not going to be an option because I only have a sheet left of that in my stash. But if you like this B pattern, it's from the Cute As Can Be pattern paper, which you can order through my website. All right, so I've got a couple options I have listed on my blog right now. It's the post that's right at the top. The Impressions in Bloom will feature 4 kits in 4 of these patterns. And I gotta find a space to put all this stuff to my right here. Hang on a second. Oh. There, okay. And then the lavender and pink will feature patterns from these pattern papers. And then if you want Surprise Me, I will pick 8 different patterns from all of the patterns. So you'll get an assortment of patterns in the Surprise Me pack. Then I also have, if you want to just purchase the PDF tutorial, you can do that as well. That option is there. And it's all through PayPal. Again, my next kits in the mail will be the origami fold. All right. Let's go through some samples. I have a lot of online exclusives, so Stampin' Up! Is moving towards online exclusives. Yeah, Penny, those shirts are fun for Father's Day. It's a collaboration again, the Origami Fold, and it's our July feature. So if you purchase those kits, you'll get an email from me right away thanking you for your purchase, and then we'll get you that PDF and the kits in early July. All right, so now online exclusives. Stampin' Up's got a lot of them. They introduce them like every other month. I think, we had a last chance refresh this month. I can't remember if we had some new online exclusives. I think we had online exclusives this month. I can't remember now. But anyway, popping by. I used to work in a movie theater a long time ago for 4 years during college. And these are some samples made with the poppin' by. If you like popcorn, like popcorn is a meal for me. So Sunday night, I'm just fine with popcorn. This series kind of shows you a step up. So this is just basic patterns, or basic with paper, no embellishments. To color the popcorn, I used markers, the Stampin' Right markers, because it's, for some reason, somebody who doesn't like popcorn, doesn't know how popcorn works, designed this set. This one should have been two images because because usually popcorn buckets are red and popcorn's yellow. So anyway, this one you have to use markers or stamp twice. So anyway, this is the flat one. This one, I did a matting of the word pop in black and white. And this one, I added some of the yellowish embellishments there. So 3 different levels. Easy, intermediate, stepped up. That's this one. And then this is a cute one. So here I stamped in yellow and then red and cut them apart. See that right there. So that's what happens. These framelits are from the Woven Textures. Textured Notes. So this is an online exclusive as well. I'll bring that back in. This is one as well. This one's going to be coming up. I'm going to share it in a Global SU Share Fair. That is a private Facebook group that I have with a couple demonstrators across the globe. And we do video demonstrations about every 6 weeks. So that's going to be a really quick sneak peek for what I'm sharing for that event. And if you're a customer of mine, whether you are purchasing my kits in the mail or purchase Stampin' Up! Products or on my team, you're welcome to join that private Facebook group. Okay, so, here we go. I wanted to show, this is an online exclusive, Textured Notes, stamp set, die set. This is part of the suite as well, these neutral matte dots. These are only available online. And then this paper pack, that's part of this suite. You get 3 sheets of 4 different patterns. So it's a little different offering than what we normally offer. So you can see there's 3 sheets of 4 different patterns in this pack. If you like, this just looks like Eastern beach coast, coastal living, clams and coffee on the beach, stuff like that. So you can see on the back, it's the same thing. And this is the Woven Textures paper. Okay, popcorn cards. Yeah, they are fun. I had a fun time making them. All right, embellishments. Some new embellishments this year are these 2025, 2027 pearls. I haven't used those yet. These are part of the Cute As Can Be. I don't think it's a suite. It might be a suite, but Cute As Can Be. Returning ones. There are a few of these. Oh, let's see here. These 2, I can't remember if this was in the catalog. This one is not in the catalog, but it's in the online store. So a couple of items that they have, pattern papers, ribbons, they removed from the catalog, but they're only online now. So be aware of that. That's online one as well, but these are returning ones. This is an online exclusive. So if you don't see what you are looking for in the catalog, go to the online store and see if we have what you are looking for. Okay. Part of the Cute As Can Be product suite, product bundle is the sweet jar. And here are some samples that I made with that. So here are the other patterns in that Cute As Can Be pattern paper pack. And then we've got the punch. This is a punch. It's not a framelit. So if you like a punch instead of a framelit set, this is for you. And it's a photopolymer. I tend to purchase only photopolymer now. I made an exception for the popcorn because I couldn't pass that one up. Okay. Rolling through some more things here. This is another sample, and this is another sample using the pattern paper, the Cheers and Sips, and then the stamp set. And the dies. So I wanted to share that. And then I wanted, these are, if you don't want to say cheers, and those sentiments are kind of small, I went to Notes and Totes, which is in the annual catalog for that sentiment right there. I don't have any samples with this, but I do have a PDF featuring Notes and Totes. So if you purchase Notes and Totes from me, you'll get that emailed PDF that features Notes and Totes. All right, that is a kit. Okay, just have to step to my left and bring all this stuff over here. Here is a style we had a long time ago. These cursive long ones. I like these because they're a medium font. They're not big, they're not small. They're big enough I can read them without putting some glasses on. And they have an assortment of flowers and leaves that can be attached to them. So here's just a simple card that you can put on the front. Use some pattern paper. This was from that perennial lavender suite where this pattern kind of came at two sides. It was for scrapbooking. So if you cut one side, you got some empty space there to put that. All right. Going through here. Oh, color coach. We have a new updated color coach. It is in the annual catalog. I first saw it on the online store though. But, yeah, if you have problems figuring out which of our colors color coordinate, so complementary, monochromatic, complementary, and analogous. So like the Mossy Meadow will color coordinate with the Cajun Craze and the Night of Navy. So you just follow the lines along. So that's a handy dandy little tool if you're stuck with your coloring. Glass and Gardens embossing folder. The Gardens is here. The glass, I'm going to show you how I'm going to use that one in a sample. The damask, I have not made anything with it yet. It's brand spanking new. But if you like that vintage look like I do, there you go. All right, Pattern of Friendship is a weird one. No, I shouldn't say weird one. A unique one. There aren't, you would think framelits would come with this to die cut the sentiments, but it's this big die cut, which does lines. What was that called? Gosh, we used to do these all with paper piercing mats and templates. Oh, I can't think of the name now. But that's what that does. I don't have a sample. So what happens is, does Blooming Phrases? No, Blooming Phrases does not have a coordinating die set. What happens is I make all these samples for my PDF tutorials and idea files, and then I share them as thank you cards. So I need to start keeping some of these around, but I tend to give these away as thank you cards when I make the samples. Photo polymer with you in mind, large stamps. Love it. With coordinating images. So that's a new one. No framelit for that. That's a online exclusive, I think. More Than Autumn. So this is a carryover from last year. I shared a lot of samples last year when I got that set. And then this is in the catalog still as well. Be My Valentine with the coordinating bee punch. The Cute as a Bee products that are online coordinate with the punch as well. Okay, and then last, we're not going to forget about our Stylish Shapes dies. So one of our first ones, or a recent one, where all of the shapes are stitched. So you'll see me use that a lot. When you can add stitching, that's easy. That's something that I like to do. Okay, I'm going to take you off my stand. I got about 12 minutes here. And I am going to show you my retired sale. So retired sale, I can ship to you. You pay the shipping charge. I ship USPS priority flat rate. About 2 things can fit in a small, oh, I should do this so you don't get dizzy. Small USPS priority flat rate. In the medium box, we can fit quite a bit. In a large one, we can too. All right, these stamps right here that I'm sharing are $5 each, or 3 for $10. Again, you pay for shipping, and we do the transaction via PayPal. I've got photos of these. I'm going to cover the camera because we're going to go to a different table here. I've got photos of these. I've got them on Facebook Marketplace. You can look there, Madison, Wisconsin. And I have Google Photos too. And they're in my private customer group. So double tag, double sample, double price tags. Top price is the catalog price. The bottom price is the price you pay. But through Tuesday of this following week only, if you contact me and want to make a purchase, I'll reduce that to half the price. Half of the top price if it's not already half. I made a whole bunch of invitations years ago. We never used them. They were intended to be housewarming because there's a house and we had a beagle. So 40 invitations, $4 takes all for those. They're just postcard invitations. You would put them in they're just one piece of, it doesn't open up like a real card, a traditional card. I have the snow bonnet. I haven't put it up. So $1 for that. Hopefully you purchase something else so we can throw it in your box. And then I found this happy banner from Paper Pumpkin. If you shop in person, here at my house. I've got some pattern paper we can go through that's retired. You can look through that. Oh, let me move this. But here's what we have on the retired sale. I'll go down. BD means there's a dies included, so that I make sure you get the die BP. There's a punch included. I've got some room in here, retired stuff, catalogs, assorted embellishments, the punch. I've got this, the embellishment organizer for $20. Hopefully somebody local will pick that up because I don't really want to ship that. If anybody's a demonstrator out there and wants some decals. My Cricut. I haven't used the Cricut in years, so I looked up last night to see what they're going for. They're going for $5 a box. So, and then I have the machine here. I had a custom doggy theme cover made for it. Doggy theme cover is $50. I'm only going to sell it if I sell the Cricut as well. So, hopefully you're in the mood for buying an old Cricut. And there's that right there. Okay. You want a quick spin around in my room, and then we're going to do something real quick. I'm going to show you. Quick spin around my room. So Jim got these 6 drawer units plus the countertop. So he works at a building supply place. It was like a sample. You know, you go into Home Depot or whatever, you get those samples. They were redoing those samples. So, and it fit perfectly. We have hickory cabinets upstairs and in the bathroom. So, yeah, so this is my room. This is where I work. Everything is within these drawers now or on the white cabinets. Okay, so we got a few minutes here. And we're going to put you back on the stand. And I am in my basement, but it's half in the ground. So I've got full windows. This is technically a bedroom down here. You can crawl out of the windows pretty easily, and I look out to my backyard, so it's a nice little room. Okay, my last thing that we're gonna do. Let's look at my list while I set this up. One fun thing that I did. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna move you back to my. I'm gonna put my hand over my video, and then I'm gonna show you. So I did this card on a Facebook Live. I'm going to show you how I did that real quick. And I'm going to add some fabulousness to it, okay? So back to my stand. I'm going to cover that up, the filming screen, so you don't get dizzy when I move. Okay, so we got this here. And I think we're going to do it this way. All right, before I run out of time, I'm going to show you this. This plastic is the plastic that you get in your photopolymer stamps. So there's a thinner plastic and there's a thicker plastic. So this is a thicker plastic. Let me show you what I did, if I can find it. Here we go. This is one of the framelits. It does that frosted glass look. That was right there. This is the glass and gardens embossing folder, and it actually slipped when I put it in the embossing folder. And when I ran it through, I didn't see that. But so you can see that you can use this for a card front. Does this fit a card? Where's the card? Oh yeah, that would totally fit if I had it on there straight. But I could totally use it for something. So you don't, I mean, I threw these in my photopolymer cases, but I never look at them again. So that could be another layer, an acetate layer. Oh, actually, I need this. So I did this one this way. What you can do is cut that out and overlay it over your glass. And if you overlay it over a darker color, it shows up a little better than the white. But you see how that frosted glass look will come about without having to purchase additional acetate sheets if you have the photopolymer stamp sets that Stampin' Up! Sells. Okay, so I gotta go through a lot. What else do I have to do here? Stampin' Up! Has got the 50% BOGO sale on sweet products. So if you purchase a sweet and then you purchase another sweet, you can get 50% off that second suite. Or if you purchase a suite and a product in another suite, you get that lesser value product at only 50% off. So if you purchase 2 bundles from 2 different suites, that's a great option too. Because sometimes you don't need all of the products in a suite. But you can purchase 2 bundles and get that second bundle for 50% off. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to try to make some, we're going to try to quickly, we got 5 minutes, make some of our own pattern paper. And I love doing this because you get to pick whatever colors you want. And I didn't check to see if my colors were inked, but here's what the plan is. I find the largest stamp, which is going to be this one. I was going to do this one in purple. And you know what? I think I was going to do it this way so it's in the screen. If I do it the long way, it's not in the screen. I got to move the screen up a little bit. There. Let's just do it this way. Okay, so just do 3, or you're looking for 3 triangles. And can I get that over that again? Pretty close. I don't think I inked it. Look for 3 triangles. Filling in the 3rd triangle right here. Filling in the 3rd triangle down there. Filling in this up there. Okay. Now, filling in another color. I wanted lime. 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 So I do this every once in a while, and I always use white because colored ink on colored paper is not always the true color. You can go ahead and use colored paper if you want. Just check on your scraps first to see if it's the color that you're looking for. Where's the scrap piece of paper? Right here. I guess I could get it on my mat. Did I get them all? Yep. Okay, now I can do I want to do that? No. Okay. Let's do, I got Poppy Parade. So Poppy Parade, hopefully, let's see how inked it is if I get it on there. This is the fun of paper crafting. You get to make your own. You can also stamp on your designer series paper. So if you got a dull looking pattern that's just that's neutral colored, you need to jazz it up with some color. Get your ink pads out and get your stamps and jazz it up. I only had like the wood pattern that is the retired, or that they carried over from last year's catalog, so I just did not feel like doing wood today. Let's do some cherries. Any last questions? I have 2 minutes left. Here is my list of stuff that I needed to make sure I got through. Oh, that Global Share Fair group. It has a private Facebook group. Again, if you purchase my kits, you're on Facebook. If you want to be a part of that private Facebook group, I'm happy to invite you. You got to be a customer of mine, though. So purchase kits, purchase my product from the online store, or you're a member of my super awesome Stampers team. Gets an invitation to that Facebook group. Our next event for that Facebook group is July 11th. And we do email PDF tutorials or email PDF idea files of the projects so you can recreate the projects. And then we also put the videos on our YouTube channel. So now that Facebook is removing the videos, we got a way to make sure you can go back to those videos. I think that's it. What else do I have to put on here? Oh, purple. Oh, the berries. And you can just go wild. You could put some berries up here. Maybe I'll come back and post in the group the project when it's all finished. How's that sound? Because I'm not going to have time to finish it up. Next up is a little tiny break. So I can probably finish stamping this, but I won't have time to make the project with you. So I'll just post this photo in the group. Ooh, I like the berries at the top. And then this is lavender. And I think that's it. Any questions, you can reach out to me via my blog's contact button. Or I've got a business Facebook page. You can reach out there. Or you can order new product from my online store at sjsinks.stampinup.net. I think that's it. Thanks for stamping with me. And if you want to get the origami cards, kits in the mail, that link is up. We'll get you kits early July, but that's my next offering. All right, have a great day, and we'll stamp with you soon. Bye.